Hi everyone, my name is Carter from ianai Systems. Today we're going to walk through items. Items are the foundation of your inventory management in ianaiERP. They centralize key data such as basic information, pricing/tax, accounting, shipping, and tracking in one place, and provide system track quantities such as on-hand quantities, available quantities, on-purchase quantities, and so on to support visibility over your inventory status. You can access item in our inventory pane. So just simply click the item part here and you'll be able to see what items that you have registered or added into our system. As you can see from our previous video, all our interface is based on the list view. So we have item number, SKU, category, description, item type, in stock, and barcode area. Today, this video will be much of a demonstration for me to add new items so that it is more intuitive for the users to use. To add items, simply click Add New on the right hand side and you'll see this panel coming up as a new window. As I explained in the previous video before, you can have the items as a universal to all companies that you registered, or you can make it company specific to which corporation or which entity that you registered. Today I'm going to use as all companies today. So let's start. Let's create an item called a cup. As everybody has a cup, right? So name is basically a description of what your item wants to be. And there are a number of types that you can choose from: inventory, non-inventory, expense, assembly, bundle, service, and other. You can find each definition from our user guide. So if you go to item over here, you'll be able to see which category or which description that fits the item types. Once you set I'll set this as inventory item. Once you set it as inventory item, you'll be able to select your category. So your category, it's user defined, right? So I had defined some of the categories here, such as components or bottles, but I'm gonna create another one. As you can see, as container. Description will be containers such as cups. You can simply save and close, and your defined category or customized category, I would say, is defined. Also, you can set up your SKU over here, but I'll skip for now. Down here, you have different sections of general, shipping, inventory, attributes, and others. I'll go one by one. So here in your general section, you can add images in terms of what kind of cups that you're trying to describe here, but you can add this description. Maybe a standard cup that is size of 200 milliliter or something like that. Barcode, you can assign a barcode, or you can add a link, or you can also set a base unit of measurement. So here I'll just set it as milliliter. When you go to your shipping tab, you'll be able to select a size of your shipping. So how much weight, or pounds or ounces, or how big the size is, the cup is, so that it helps you when shipping the material to other locations. Inventory portion is quite important. As I explained before, you have 4 different functions such as tracking locations, tracking bin location, tracking lot numbers, and tracking serial numbers. In the settings and preferences video, I had mentioned that if you didn't toggle in, so for example, I'll just go out here and then go to settings. Then if you go to general, and if you go down in tracking settings, I have already enabled the location tracking, enabled lot tracking, enable serial tracking, and that way when I try to add a cup here, I'll just do the exercise once again, inventory, and this was container, then a standard cup that is 200 milliliter, and base UM was 200 milliliter. Because I set the inventory settings correct, now you're able to track these numbers as we go. So I'll just skip this for now. I'll just only enable the track lot numbers. And then you can also select your default vendor where you're getting the materials from. So I'll set it as CK, and then minimum stock and default expiry tells you when when it would be expiring and what would minimum stock would be for our inventory management. Default class or search, also this is customizable, so you can set it as where you want your default class to be and where you want your default location to be for this item. Next is our attribute. So all cups have different attributes, right? So you can either choose a different size or different color, so you can set it as color is red so that this item is a red cup, or you can even add a new definition, for example a shape. I had color and size, so I'll go with shape. And you can set your boolean type or integer type or text type here. So I'll do it as a text, and I'll do round cup. If you save that, so add and save that, it adds that the shape is round, and how round, maybe 30 centimeter round or something like that, right? So you can add those into our attributes portion. The others, you can add attachments or notes into our item. So once all these subsections are defined, you can go back to General tab, and below you have a number of toggle options and different accounts and initial dates options for you. These toggle options allow you to specify these items, right? So for example, saleable means that the items are subject to sell to either customers or different vendors. Purchasable, on the other hand, meaning that this item is purchasable from a vendor. And component means that whether or not this item becomes a component of another item. Taxable means that this item is taxable. So each toggle functions lets you customize and set up different attributes, such as sales price, purchase price. And obviously, if you sales, it will go into the income account. If you purchase from it, you're going to go to the expense account. You can pick and choose which account it wants to go to. And also, it helps you set up the taxation portion of it in this item. If you go down, we have the purchase description, where we can write down some notes on what this description is for the purchase. And then we have the COGS account and the asset account that will be defaultly set up for this item. In the below section, it helps you set up the initial date of when this item was registered and the initial stock quantity. For now, I will set it as 10 as our stock quantity, because this will help you in the later end when we are going through the inventory adjustment or inventory transfer. So I'll just set the initial stock quantity as 10, and our initial stock value as $100. And we'll have the initial location to go to coffee stand, and then we'll save this item. Okay, we'll have to set the initial stock lot. I'll do lot cup 001. Okay, just save that. Then item was successfully created. Okay, so if you go out, if you go click the item here, you'll see the cup that's set up that has all the attributes that we had created. So again, the items are critical for our ecosystem, because with this item, you can track your inventory. With the items that you receive, you can also manage manufacturing, purchase, or even sales. And it helps you manage between companies and between currencies. So it's critical for the usage. So this is it for our video today. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.